Hello everyone, this is your master teacher Surabhi from Vedantu. कैसे हो आज आप सब लोग? How's everyone doing today? So let's see how many of you are present for the very second session of this chapter, ट्राइबल डाइकूज एंड विजन ऑफ द गोल्डन एज। तो गाइस ये वाला चैप्टर बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। अगर आप ये चैप्टर अटेंड नहीं करोगे तो आपको हिस्ट्री समझ नहीं आएगी आगे की। सो प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट स्पेशली फॉर हिस्ट्री यू आर अटेंडिंग ऑल दी सेशंस सो दैट यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द स्टोरी। सो गाइस वेलकम टू टुडेज सेशन, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सेशन, जहां पर हम आपका एक नया चैप्टर शुरू नहीं करेंगे। शुरू हमने लास्ट सेशन में किया था, वी आर गोइंग टू कंटिन्यू इट। Now before we start, let me see how many of you are present today. Hi Vedant, hi Narval, hi Anushka, hi Subhashru, hi Prem, hi Payal, hi Janvi, right, hi Akshara, hi Sania, hi Cake Melon, what's that name? Hi Shantanu, alright, hi Namita, welcome guys. So guys, welcome to today's session. जैसे मैंने कहा बहुत important chapter है, so if you know call your friends, tell them to quickly come for today's class. And after today's session, we'll of course have a boomerang session जिसमें हम पूरा revision करेंगे, important questions करेंगे, plus हम लोग menti भी करेंगे, in the next class. But guys, after that we are going to take a break. And I don't know if I told you this, but what we are going to do after that, we are going to have a surprise. And I already told you what this surprise is. Surprise hai. Can anyone tell me in the chat box what are we going to do after that? Anyone? So guys, after that we're going to have a menti war. This time will change. It's not going to be at 11 o'clock in the morning, but we are going to have a menti war where we will look at important questions for all the history chapters, all the civics chapters, and all the geography chapters that we have done till now. So there are going to be 3 sessions, not more than that. One on history, one on civics, and one on geography, to see how much of what we've done till now you guys remember. All right. And after that, now guys, this is a very interesting video that I'm going to bring you guys, and that is about one of the extinct species called the dodos. So what exactly were those birds? Why did they go extinct? What can we learn from them? So it's going to be super interesting. Do make sure that you watch that as well. So this is the schedule for the week. Super interesting, super amazing. Alright, now guys, if you like this and if you are attending, here with me for today's class, जल्दी से thumbs up दे दो guys. Thumbs up वहीं पर है, free का है, दबा दो उसको. And of course, if you're new to the channel, if you're seeing me for the very first time, then my name is Surabhi Gupta and I am taking your social studies class 8 at Young Wonders, and I take class 6, 7th and 8th social studies on the Vedantu platform. है ना, थोड़ा बहुत मेरे बारे में ये है तो भैया गाइस सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल, फ्री फन में सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हो, डोंट हैव टू गिव एनी मनी फॉर दैट, एंड यू विल गेट द नोटिफिकेशन फॉर ऑल द वीडियोस दैट वी टेक आउट, तो यू वोंट मिस एनीथिंग. Yes, so aside Thamvi, that is something that I will tell you in the video. It's going to be, as I told you, super interesting. All right. Hi Sagnika, ma'am, have a micro course on our Bhavya. I think I am having a micro course on it today, if I'm not wrong, but you can check it out. All right. This time Sana ma'am class. Yes, I have heard. So I will be changing the time of the class. Don't worry. So guys, actually all the Young Wonders timings are going to change from next week onwards. So don't worry about that. ठीक है? Like कर दिया, बढ़िया. Hi Nikki. Alright, now before we start, what do? We look at the homework superstars of the class. So guys, this was a very simple homework. आपको tribe और place को match करना था. So Baigas are from Central India, one Gujjar are from Punjab, the Gaddis are from Kullu, then you have the Labadis from Andhra Pradesh and Santhals from Jharkhand. People, the top 5 students who gave the correct answers are Shanmukh, Ritesh, Suhani, Susanta and Rohit. Congratulations. Gauri, Lakshmi Priya, Tanmay, Sagnika and Namo Narayan were the random 5 students I chose. And extra effort question जिसने answer किया. right? They were Tanishq, which was Bakri wala jo tribe tha. Who did they herd? What kind of animal did they take care of? And you were right, it was sheep and goat. So I told you it's in the name itself, Bakri. So you have Tanishq, Sarmishtha and Charan. And a lot of you gave me the correct answer, but matlab ab sabka naam to nahi le pai. So yeah, these are the homework superstars of the day. Very, very proud of you guys. It's not easy to be consistent, be there for every video, do all the homework. But I've been seeing a few students who are always there in every class. Even if they're not there, they put it in the comment section ki ma'am, I'm watching the replay because I could not attend the live class, and they do the homework. तो वो motivate करता है हमको as teachers कि हाँ, students are learning something. Alright, hi Nikki, thank you. Right, thanks Lakshmi Priya. बच्चा आपका नाम लिया तो अभी homework superstars में. Okay, now guys, apart from that, if you wanna have a chit chat with me, and again, I takes time for me to reply, but I do try to reply to messages. If you want to see more about my life and you wanna chit chat with me and all of that, you can follow me on my Instagram page, which the name is surabhi.vedantu. आ जाना वहाँ, follow कर लेना. Follow मतलब आ जाना, बात कर लेना. That is it. It's not like a big deal. Good afternoon. Hi Avinash. Hi Natisha. Thank you for saying that. Good afternoon, Maithili. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct this time. Alright. Love from village Barwara. Love to you too. Alright. Now, let us begin with a very interesting fun fact जो पक्का आपको पता नहीं होगा. In our cell, we have something called the DNA. Right? वो जो आप हिंदी सीरियल देखते हो, when you watch Hindi serials, you must have heard of these statements कि DNA test कराओ, तब we will know if you are our son or not. Anyway, so the DNA is present in our cell, and did you know that it is so long that it could stretch from the earth to the sun and back 600 times. It is 6 feet long. It's just wound and linked together that it comes within one cell of a human body, right? So just imagine if you think about it, what a marvel our human body is, right? So biology actually is such a fascinating, interesting subject. तो ये वाला fact अगर आपको नहीं पता था तो thumbs up दे दीजिए, and of course share it with your friends so that even their mind is blown, because my mind was definitely blown away. All right. Thank you, Rubika, for saying that. Thank you. It's funny. Bacha, what is your name? It's funny official. Beta, don't worry, Shantanu. Menti bhi aayega. Menti is like, he called me up and he said that I am a little late. I am stuck in traffic. So Menti will come. Don't worry. All right. Now let us begin. Now that horrible jokes are out of the way, let's begin. So guys, पिछले क्लास में हमने क्या किया था? नाचे थे मैम नहीं. We looked at how the Britishers came to India. Before the coming of the British, tribals कैसे अपनी जिंदगी जीते थे? How did they live? How when the Britishers came, it impacted, it affected, it changed their life. है ना, जो ट्राइबल चीफ था उसकी पावर कम हो गई. देन वी लुक्ड एट हाउ द ट्राइबल्स हु वुड डू शिफ्टिंग कल्टिवेशन और झूम कल्टिवेशन, दे वर फोर्स्ड टू सेटल डाउन बाय द ब्रिटिशर्स. Then obviously that was not successful, right? We looked at how some of the what else did we look at? Yes, so these were we looked at how forest laws impacted the tribals. कौन से forest laws थे? एक forest law था by the Britishers that forests will now be declared as reserved forests. On reserved forests में tribals were not allowed to touch a leaf. Forget about hunting and growing crops, right? Now of course, how will tribals survive? But the Britishers also wanted cheap labor. They wanted someone to cut the trees, transport the trees to the railway station. So they made an agreement with the tribals that we will give you land in the forest. In return, you have to provide us with free or cheap labor, right? So this is how the life of the tribals changed. We are going to continue with this. And then we are going to look at कि भैया जब ये सब हो रहा था तो ट्राइबल्स क्या डक्स की तरह बैठे हुए थे? Were they sitting ducks or did they stand up to protest against the horrible, oppressive, dominating, tell me any other word, villainous Britishers, right? अच्छा Sivarani, you didn't attend last class, it's okay. Alright, so let us quickly begin. The problem, so guys, we're going to continue with what kind of problems the tribals faced with the coming of the Britishers, right? तो 19th century में अगर मैंने आपको बताया था कि life was changing for everyone in India. Why? Because the Britishers were bringing policies that was greedy, that was good for the Britishers but not very good for our Indian folks, right? तो क्या हुआ 19th century में traders और money lenders forest में और ज्यादा आने लगे. क्यों? Because they wanted clean air, they wanted to chill in the forest. No, that is not why. So traders and money lenders started coming into the forest. They started buying forest produce from these tribals. So, different kinds of medicinal herbs from the tribals, and these traders and money lenders then would sell the same thing to, an exporter who would then sell it in the European market, right? Now, one item that became very, very popular in the European market was silk. Yes, that silk that your mother, I'm sure, wears a beautiful silk sari in anyone's wedding. That is the silk that got great in demand in the European market. Now guys, ये जो silk है, ये एक tribal group था called the Santals of Hazaribagh that reared the cocoons. I hope all of you know how silk is made, right? पढ़ा होगा साइंस में. Silkworms are first bred, right? ध्यान रखा जाता है, उनको खिलाया पिलाया जाता है. They are fed mulberry leaves, they become fat, they make cocoons around themselves, and when they are in their cocoons waiting to become a butterfly, we throw them into hot water, take out that thread of cocoons. Of course they die, and that is how your silk is made. Right? A very cruel practice if you think about it, but it's done. So these tribals were the one who actually collected the cocoons and took care of the silkworms, right? Now the traders and the money lenders went into the forest and told the tribals ki dekho, you guys are taking care of these cocoons, we will buy it from you. But the problem, it's a good thing for tribals, they are getting customers. But the thing is, tribals got very, very little money for the cocoons that they, it was a lot of work. They fed them mulberry leaves, they took care of them. They got very little money for all their effort. It was the middlemen, the traders, the money lenders who made the maximum amount of money. They would buy it for 2 rupees, let's say, and they would sell it for 200 rupees to the Europeans, who would then sell it in the European market for 1000 rupees. So the middlemen made a lot of profit. The tribals, as usual, did not. Right? This is the way the market works. Right? Alright. अब क्या हुआ? तो tribals की जिंदगी तो तबाह हो गई. Once upon a time they were the king of the jungle. Now they are being forced to follow forest laws. They are being given very little money for all the work that they are doing. Right? That is why most of the tribals were pushed out of the forest and they started coming to cities and villages looking for work, in search of work. तो भैया कौन सा टाइप का वर्क मिलेगा? They will not be made engineers, है ना? So this was the time when new tea plantations and mining became quite important. A lot of tea plantations were emerging around India and mining operations were starting क्योंकि ब्रिटिशर्स को पता चल गया था कि फर्टाइल लैंड है, गोल्ड है, बहुत सारे माइंस भी है इंडिया के लैंड के अंदर. तो भैया let us start mining, let us start extracting their iron, right? So these were the new industries that were coming up. The tribals who were looking for work, they were providing cheap labor to industrialists, right? So tribals were recruited in large numbers in these tea plantations and mining, mining industry. And of course, they were not treated in Taj. They were treated very poorly. They were given very little money for all the work that they did, miserably low wages. And, whenever the tribal said that we want to go home, we want to go visit our family, they were not allowed to do so. It was very close to forced labor. Yes? ठीक है. तो guys, ये सब हो रहा था. This was the impact of the Britishers on the tribals. Now the next question is, ma'am, what were the tribals doing? Because, of course, their life has changed. We will now look at a very interesting story. आराम से story की तरह आप आगे का chapter सुनना. क्या हुआ था, right? Our tribals are extremely upset about the changes in the forest law that pushed them out of the forest. Imagine you are a tribal, you are living in the forest, your forefathers have lived in the forest, right? Suddenly, random Firangi foreigners come and make a law, you're not allowed to stay in the forest. How will you feel? You will not feel great, right? So you're pushed out of the forest. The only thing that you have learned, that is to grow crops in the forest, live on forest produce. That is the only thing you know, right? Now what will you do in the city? There is no forest to survive on. So guys, just imagine how helpless the tribal would feel, right? Now they also have to pay taxes to live in the city, taxes to live in the forest. And of course, traders and money lenders continue to exploit them. These were the problems the tribals were facing. So for the tribals, who are the enemy? Can you tell me? Doraemon? No. बच्चा मेंटी बता दूंगी क्या है, चिंता मत करो, अभी फोकस करो चैप्टर पे. हाँ, enemy are the Britishers. Who else? Who else are the enemies? Money lenders are also the enemies. The Indian money lenders, Indian traders, all of these are enemies to the tribals. Tribals gave them, this name called daikus. Daikus means outsiders, right? So for the tribals, all of these are enemies. All right. Now we see a lot of tribal groups coming up protesting. One such group is called the Kols, Santhals, Basta Rebellion and Worli Revolt. So in general, these are the rebellions that came up, but we are going to understand all of these rebellion through a very beautiful story of Birsa Munda. Right? Now, bhaiya, kaun tha ye Birsa Munda? What did he do? Again, guys, listen to the entire thing as a story. All right? Birsa was someone, a small boy born in the mid-1870s. Now close your eyes and imagine this small tribal boy loves nature, going around, playing with the villagers. He was someone who would play the flute just like Krishanji. He would play the flute. He would dance in the local akhada, like the local ground where, all the villagers would sit, all the tribals would sit. He would play the flute, dance around. But he was born in a very poor family. Obviously, tribals were not rich, right? He was born, he had a very poor father. Now, because his father was very poor and you have to feed yourself, so his father was, used to move from one place to another searching for work. Now, Birsa grew up with certain influences, right? When he moved from one place to another, he heard of this uprising called the Munda uprising. Birsa Munda, why is the surname Munda? Because he belonged to the Munda tribe, right? So he heard that his tribals came together, his tribe came together and rose up against outsiders, right? The daikus, the money lenders, the traders, the Britishers. So he grew up hearing about these protests, hearing about these revolt, right? So that was a big influence on him. Second influence is his father put him in a missionary school, a convent school. So a lot of Christian missionaries had come to India to spread the religion of Christianity. So what would these people do? They would set up schools in the tribal areas, in villages for free. So a lot of parents, because they are getting education for free, would send their children to missionary schools where these children were taught that look, Christianity is the only true religion of the world. If you want to reach heaven, which is the kingdom of God, then you will have to, give up your dirty, savage ways of being a tribal and you should become a Christian, right? Now guys, obviously imagine as a child, if someone tells you anything, you agree to it. So that was another influence that he had as he grew up. But when Birsa grew up, he did not become a Christian. He was greatly influenced by Vaishnav preacher. Vaishnav means followers of Lord Vishnu, right? So he started believing in concepts like charity. Now fourth, Birsa, after all of these influences, wanted to start a movement of the tribals. What was the movement about? Movement was first reforming the tribal society. Birsa felt that, no one takes tribal seriously. No one takes us. Imagine you are a tribal, you are Birsa. What will you say? That first, we will have to improve ourselves. We will have to stop drinking liquor or alcohol, clean up our village, stop believing in superstitions like witchcraft, sorcery, magic, right? So a lot of tribals believed in all of that. He said we need to stop doing all of this so that we are taken seriously. That is the first step we need to do. Second, he told his followers that we need to recover our glorious past. In the past, we were the kings of the jungle. We took care of the forest. We did not exploit the forest. We planted trees. We made sure that there is water in our rivers, in our natural springs. We constructed embankments. What is embankments? When you have a river, during rainfall, the river floods the low-lying areas. River will spread. So to stop that, people build embankments around the river as a boundary. He said we should start making embankments again. Now, Birsa also believed that instead of doing jhum cultivation or shifting cultivation, tribals should settle down in one area and practice settled cultivation. Right? Now you will say, ma'am, this is what the Britishers want, for tribals to do settled cultivation. British and Birsa Munda should be best friends. But no, Birsa Munda was not only against the moneylenders, Hindu landlords, he was also against the British government. Right? Now, this movement, a lot of people followed Birsa Munda because people, believed that Birsa Munda was God on earth who had come to earth to kind of save the tribal people from the daikus, from the outsiders. And he will take the tribal society back to the golden age of the past, the Sat Yug. That is the Yug or the age of truth. Right? A lot of people said he could perform magic, but that was all, when people idolize someone, they start thinking that this person is their god. So that's what started happening. Now, of course, the Britishers won't stay quiet. So the Britishers put him in jail in 1895 on charges of rioting and jailed him for 2 years. They put him in jail for 2 years thinking that the movement will die down. Birsa Munda will also get a good lesson. He will not start protesting again. But when Birsa was released in 1897, he again started the movement with full josh, with full energy. And he started going from one village to another, talking about how they as tribals need to kick out Ravan. In Ramayana, Ravan is considered to be the enemy, the outsider, right? So he talks about how Ravan, who are the daikus, the Europeans, the moneylenders, they need to be kicked out. And we need to establish a tribal kingdom where I, Birsa Munda, will be king, right? So he wanted to establish a kingdom under his leadership, right? Alright, now Birsa's followers began targeting symbols of Daiku and European power. It was a violent movement where they started attacking police stations, started raiding the properties, looting, breaking down, destroying the properties of moneylenders and zamindars. They raised a white flag. White flag meant Birsa rule. So, of course, this movement gained a lot of momentum. Now, you will say, ma'am, something is going to happen. Movement is going strong and fast, right? However, unfortunately, Birsa dies in 1900 because of cholera. And after that, once your leader dies, the movement kind of fades out, right? And that's what happened. But why did we study about this movement then, ma'am, if it was not that important? Because it was important. It told us two things. One, it told us that, when Birsa Munda and everyone protested, the colonial government, the British government had to introduce laws protecting the tribals. The colonial government brought out new laws protecting the forests and, tribals' rights on these forests. Not a lot, very few, but still it did help. Second, it also showed us that tribal people are not in the jungle doing jingalala. They were ready to fight for their rights. And they did do that in their own way. It was violent, it was probably not right, but in their own way, by using symbols of Ravan, of a white flag, they expressed their anger against colonial rule. Right? So it does teach us two very important things. Alright. Yes, Rohit Kuku is singing in the surrounding. Great. That's a good ear. So guys, now we are going to go to your favorite menti time. इससे पहले chapter खत्म हो गया है. We looked at how did the tribals live before the coming of the British. Tribals को कैसे impact हुआ Britishers के अंदर. And finally, we looked at how did they fight using the example of this guy called Birsa Munda. Interesting था ना? है ना. Daikus, Ravi, are anyone who are considered to be outsiders by the tribals. So your money lenders, your Britishers, your traders, all of them are daikus. Cholera Rani एक ऐसी बीमारी हो, तन्मय I think is a disease that is spread by dirty contaminated water. Yuvika, I took your name. Alright, now, hi Prisha. Now that we've done that, guys, very quickly, one khush khabri, if you did not know that, a lot of students from Vedantu gave the NTSC exam and more than 100 students have passed it. So, yay Vedantu and yay all of these toppers, because toppers ka naya address of Vedantu ho gaya hai. Now, if there are certain problems you are facing in class, for example, your doubts are not getting solved, क्योंकि YouTube पे मैं पढ़ा सकती हूँ पर मैं doubts नहीं solve कर सकती. I'm not like a superhuman. Notes आपको available चाहिए, you know, सारे जो slides हैं proper point wise आपको notes चाहिए. Test and assignments after every chapter चाहिए. If you want your Olympiads and all other exams like your NTSC, you want to prepare for them, you think that you are an advanced student who can prepare for these exams, you want your choice of schedule, कब class शुरू हो आपके हिसाब से हो, and finally you want either English or Hindi explanation of the chapter, you can choose the language of, you know, medium of instruction. तो सारे problems आपके कौन solve करेगा? भगवान की वेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है, because Vedantu will solve it. Well, God did something. Vedantu will solve it. And let me again do this. Go back. Where am I? Alright, now guys, before Vedantu solves it, let me tell you kaise solve karega. You can join our batches. CBHC batches for 6th standard starts from 2nd August and 16th August. 6th standard, 7th standard, 8th standard for the subjects English, SST, Chemistry, Physics, Bio, and what? Maths. Forgot Haripriya ma'am. Maths. So all of these subjects के अगर आपको पढ़ना है वेदांतु प्लेटफॉर्म में, जहाँ आपके डाउट्स भी सॉल्व होंगे, आपको लाइव क्लासेस मिलेंगी where the teacher, master teacher is directly teaching the students. Your doubts are getting continuously solved. You know, if you miss a class, you can watch the replay of the session जहाँ पर आपको quizzes आप एक और बार कर सकते हो, आपका नाम लीडर बोर्ड पे आएगा. इन सब टेस्ट एंड असाइनमेंट्स, गुड क्वालिटी टेस्ट एंड असाइनमेंट्स मिलते हैं आफ्टर एवरी चैप्टर, मिड टर्म्स, लास्ट टर्म, अच्छी तरह रगड़ के पढ़ा देंगे. इन सब चीजों के लिए इफ यू वांट टू ज्वाइन आवर बैचेस यू कैन ज्वाइन. ये these are the timings for premium batches where there are only 15 students in a class. Now how to join? Very simple. You can go to any of my YouTube ka, you know, class. नीचे when you go in the description box you will find a link. You press on that link, then what will happen? It will take you to the Vedantu website. Class 6, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th सारे classes आपको पढ़ाते हैं. Actually 4, 5 भी आ गया है, so that's great. Class 8 में you can select Class 8 CBSC because I'm sure a lot of you are from CBSC. और फिर नीचे जाओगे तो प्रो लाइट में you will get everything that I just told you. You will get live classes, your doubts will be solved during the class, you will get assignments and notes, etc. You will also get something called a micro course, guys, जहाँ पर सारे chapters पूरे साल, you know, it's done again. So let's say before the exam you are confused about Birsa Munda, you're like, ma'am समझ नहीं आया था, exam आ रहा है. You can enroll yourself to my micro course where again I will be doing the chapter, so it's like a good revision. Apart from that, हम नए माइक्रो कोर्सेज ला रहे हैं only for students who subscribe to this platform, to this pro subscription, which is something, you know, your Haripriya ma'am, Firdos ma'am, Nabamita ma'am, Mohan sir, all of them have taken out these amazing pro exclusive courses, which you will get only if you subscribe to the to this Vedantu platform. तो प्रो लाइट का पूरे ईयर का इट इज दिस, बट इफ यू यूज माई कूपन कोड SUG Pro you get a flat 19% off. Right? If you think that it's a lot of money and you are not sure about it, you can try it for 1 month. And guys, per month it's less than 2,000. So per class it comes down to less than Lay's ka packet, less than 2 munches ka price. So you know that is. If you have a problem and you know you think कि आपको फायदा करेगा, I would say definitely join for 1 month. See how you like it. If you like it, take it for the entire year. है ना? प्रो क्लासिक उन लोगों के लिए जिनको डाउट्स सॉल्व करने इवन आफ्टर क्लास के बाद भी आपको थोड़ा इशू रहता है, तो यू कैन ज्वाइन दैट. अगेन ट्राई इट फॉर 1 month, सी हाउ यू लाइक इट. इफ इट सूट्स यू, टेक इट फॉर द एंटायर ईयर. एंड फाइनली प्रो प्रीमियम में सिर्फ 15 स्टूडेंट्स है गाइस. मास्टर टीचर का फुल अटेंशन आप पे है. यू कैन टेक दैट ऑल्सो. अगेन ट्राई इट फॉर 1 year. Remember to use the coupon code SUGPRO to come to my batch, and of course so that even I know that my teaching is helping you and you can join Vedantu. ठीक है. और कई सारा जैसे आपको पे करना है, all the options are there. I'm sure your parents will know that. And if you are someone कि मैम अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते, पैसा नहीं है, तो कुछ नहीं होता. You subscribe to the Young Wonders channel. वहां पर तो जितना we try to give as much, but of course not all of these features. It's not possible on YouTube, but you can keep on studying there. Right, so guys, this is how our Vedantu platform looks. So as you can see, यहाँ पर get notes option है. आप get notes option दबाओगे, so you will get all of the slides that we do in class. Right, so ये वाला एक chapter है. I think this is secularism. So all of these notes with the quizzes you can download and you can revise just before your exams. All right. Of course, you can watch the replay. Replay is not boring. While you're watching the replay, you can also do the quizzes. Of course, मेरा तो अभी teacher वाला platform है. It's not visible, but you can all
do well in your next class.
All right. Okay. So guys, ये वाला तो of course it was a micro course, but you can join the long term course. ठीक है. अब वापस जाते हैं. Let me go back and let us start the menti. Right. Okay, now guys, before we go, one more thing which I totally forgot to tell you is that if you are having any doubt before joining the course, remember Vedantu is giving something called the Vedantu Improvement Promise. इसका क्या मतलब है? Simple. Once you join the Vedantu long-term course, if you're doing our classes and you're doing our assignments, we are promising you that you will see an improvement in your performance. Improvement नहीं हुआ तो we will return all the money back to you that you have paid us, no questions asked. Right, this is to make sure कि आपको ऐसा बिल्कुल ना लगे that your money and your effort is going to waste. Alright, okay, so very simple. Link is in the description box. You please click on it. Choose whatever program suits you, and remember guys to use the coupon code SUGPRO. है ना, ये coupon code use ही कर लेना. Alright, menti code जैसे बहुत लोगों ने देख लिया था, because you are naughty kids. You have 41664832. सनी, हम लोग अब पीडीएफ इस पॉइंट पे नहीं दे रहे हैं. राइट, हाँ ठोका, यू आर वेरी स्मार्ट. Right, now guys, what is menti? A lot of people were asking. So you take any other phone, any other device, go to www.menti.com. You can put in the code 41664832 and join us at menti. Ma'am, Indian women hockey, yes, I know. It was an amazing show. Amazing game. Right. Let me be Chutanku. Come on guys, 30 students here. Let me first refresh the page. Manideepa, we have something called the replay here at YouTube. You can totally watch that. Thank you, Manika. Hi, Arshia. All right. Yes, this is a new batch. It's not a new. So I am staying with my parents for a few days. So it's their house. It's yeah. Yes, Sangeeta. It's probably the lighting here, and the fact that when you stay at your parents' house, all you do is eat the entire day. Right. Hi Ajit. Hi Shalini. Thank you, Sagnika. Come on guys, quickly. And time. Thank you, Cake Melon. Let's see. So guys, I'm going to give you 20 seconds to quickly write down something amazing as your name. Like, it should be super amazing, fun to read. Thank you, Arun. So sweet. Hi, Varshini. Thank you, Ajit. It is like after a lot of work that house came up. But unfortunately, I had to shift to so my parents shifted right now to Bangalore. My dad got transferred here, which is like super amazing for me. And I had like no one was there at home to take care of my baby, so I had to shift here for a few days. So they are taking care of the baby, and I'm teaching you guys, my babies. Yes, I'm married. Bacha marriage ke baad hi hua. Alright, so guys, let's look at the first question of the day. Dash was one of the most prominent tribal leaders during the freedom struggle. Birsa Munda, Bhagochi Naik, Arjun Munda or Ambraz Naik. Which tribal leader did we study about right now? Very influential. It was not me. Acha, you are my student at Vedantu also. Great, Shivangi. Okay, quickly. Time stops. Now, the fastest fingers, no, sorry. Birsa Munda is the correct answer. Let's look at the leaderboard. So at the Vedantu platform, we have, fastest fingers list. That's why it kind of comes out of my mouth. Right, देखें कैसे नाम रखे हैं आपने. We have Prashant Singh Narwal, OP, old. Okay, who is the fastest and on top. Your Khushbu will win. I hope बच्चा you win. प्रेम नाम तो सुना होगा, अब सुन लिया है. राहुल, श्री, ईशान, त्रिशा, युविका, बुद्धिल, Brand the Broken. Wow. Watching all of those Game of Thrones episode. Question 2 of 5 in front of you is: Warli Revolt took place in Dash in 1940. Gujarat, Rajasthan, Bihar or Maharashtra. Even if you're confused, you should have an idea where would the tribals be living. Right? Where do we have a lot of forests? Where could this revolt take place? Jaldi. Hello Smita. Hi Vedant. Hi Abhinav. Ma'am, I am new. How to go to Menti? So Rubika, if you have your mother or father or anyone else's phone, go to www.menti.com. उस पे जाओगे तो वो पूछेगा enter code. You can put in this code 41664832 जो ऊपर आपको दिख रहा होगा. And that's it. So guys, the answer is Maharashtra. Sometimes multiple choice question में, even if you do not know the answer, you should make an educated guess. Right? Maybe I should do a session on how to score really good in MCQ questions by making a educated guess. Alright, your Khushbu will win is the fastest. Then we have Prashant, Shanmukh, Rohit, Pokemon. Thank you Pokemon, Yuvika, Abhinav, Archana. Ashman, wow, I've got 2 fans today on the leaderboard. Bacha, you guys should win. You have my Ashirwad. And then we have Ria on top of the leaderboard. Alright. Game changer question tha wo, Let's move on to another game changer question. I hope all of you are ready. Dash occurred in Central India in 1910. Central India में कौन सा revolt था? Bastar revolt, Worli revolt, Oran revolt, Jarawa revolt. Come on. We just did the Worli, right? Warli. Worli or Warli? Any Maharashtrian tell me. Come on. Hi Shruti, hi Prabhat, hi Manika, hi Divyanshu. Time is up and the answer is, guys, Warli revolt we just did. It was in Maharashtra. Bastar rebellion took place in Central India. So all of these areas of Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh is central provinces. Right? So let's look at the leaderboard and आपका प्रशांत अभी भी ऊपर है. खुशबू is next, Shanmukh, Rohit, Pokemon, Archana, Yuvika, Riya, Abhinav and Hira Jain. Hello bacha to you too. Are on top of the leaderboard. Sangeeta, I took your name. My mother's name is also Sangeeta. Question 4 is in front of you. Birsa spent time in the company of what kind of preachers? Buddha, Vaishnav, Sikh or none of these? Ma'am, I want the pro subscription, so will it start from the beginning or in the middle? Shilpi, it will start from the beginning. Maybe 1 or 2 chapters, if even if you are coming in between, we will make sure that you are taught by me, the remaining chapters, so you can totally join. It is starting from, new batches are starting. Right. Time is up. The fastest fingers list, sorry. We have the correct responses in front of us, and guys, Vishnu followers, right? We have the leaderboard in front of us, and we have Khushbu, who is the fastest, with Prashant still on top, Shanmukh, Pokemon, Rohit, Archana, Yuvika, Abhinav, Varsha, and Khushi. And thank you for saying that. You're making me Khushi, just like your name suggests. Final question of the day. Acha, your mother's name is also Sangeeta. You are Padma. Great. Final question of the day is in front of you. Birsa Munda, when did he die? It's a very easy date to remember. 1900, 1897, 1899 or 1901. I've given you a hint. Very easy date to remember. Come on. Guys, easy date to remember. What do you think? Time is up. The correct responses, as a lot of you have answered correctly, 1900. इतना तो आसान है, 2 digits याद करने हैं, 1 और 9, है ना? फिर 0 आ जाता है. 0 में क्या याद रखोगे? Alright, 1900 is correct. And let us look at the final leaderboard and let's see who is the winner of the day. Bhaiya Khushbu, this question was a game changer. We have Prashant Singh Narwal, OP. What is old? On top of the leaderboard. Good job, bacha. Before you go, let us quickly look at the homework question of the day. So, bhaiya, ye fill in the blanks hai, which is an easy question, guys. Again, use your brains, beautiful brains that God has given you. Use it. Put your answers in the comment section below. And अगर बिल्कुल ही exact answer नहीं भी है, and if I feel कि थोड़ा सा correct है, I will put your name in the homework superstars. Right? Again, guys, if you are here, if you are attending, even if you are watching the recording, thumbs up दे देना so that I know that you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel and share it with your friends क्योंकि sharing is caring. है ना? Friends को भी फायदा हो जाएगा ये वाला chapter का revision सुन के. Yeah. So guys, that's it. This is your master teacher Surabhi signing out for the day. Bye-bye. Hopefully, I'll see a lot of you in my long-term sessions. Have a great day.